Hello, welcome to Studio Nicole. I'm Nicole and I'm so glad that you're here. I am voicing over this video today because I was trying to record just a very quick, easy 100 days video, and I didn't hit pause when I thought I did, or I didn't unpause when I thought I did, and I lost half the video. So it's kind of a mess, and yeah, just disappointing. But I am working on a new page in my 100-day journal. This is, let's see, day 31 through 35. I have reprinted my 100 Days of Art Journaling Techniques prompts. So the red paint is gone. And I had planned out which of the prompts I was going to be using. So I've cleaned my studio. I was commenting on how nice my desk feels with a brand new clean desk pad on it. So I have a new desk pad, put everything away, and starting fresh this morning. I decided to go with prompt number 6, which was ink spray splatter for a background technique. And I decided to use my Dilutions ink sprays. So I have a variety of purples and pinks and a teal that I also use, and these are absolutely gorgeous colors. They're very vibrant. They are my chosen color palette almost all the time. I love these colors together, and so I use them a lot. They're definitely MVPs in my studio. So I start with just a blank page. I think I do prep by putting some music paper behind my page so that the overspray from the inks doesn't end up all over the place. And I clip back the other pages so that they don't get in the way. And then I start with an unprepped page. I don't have any gesso or anything down on the page, and I do think that I grab my sample notebook to kind of show you what happens. If you put gesso down on the page, the inks tend to run and they become more fluid. They float on top of the page a little bit better, like over here on the left side of this page. But you can see on the right-hand side where it's untreated, the colors are a little bit more vibrant, and that's what I wanted for this page. So I decided not to gesso my 100-day project page today, because as much as I like the way the inks become kind of fluid and run together, I really wanted to keep the more vibrant color palette. I have no idea what I was saying there, but I was very serious about it. So I start with the darker colors. I build in my purples, and then from there I go with kind of a brighter pink, and I'm just kind of filling in spots around the page. I love how it just sinks right in, and you definitely get a splatter effect from this ink, especially on an untreated page. I think I go with a lighter, nope, I go with a different shade of purple at this stage. And then I start filling in with some of the really light pink. And then I finish up with the teal. I was just splattering off some excess ink there. There we go, in with the lighter pink. It really doesn't look very light on the page, but it is lighter than the other shades. And then I use the teal last because it is a little bit of a contrast to the other colors on the page, and I really wanted to know where to put it to get the most effect. When I pull my background page out, I'm just showing you kind of like, this is why I chose music paper, so that now I have some really pretty inked scraps that I can kind of tear up and use in other projects. Instead of just using plain printer paper, I sort of deliberately picked that music paper so that I would end up with that outcome. I didn't have to dry this. I probably should have used a heat gun on it, but I did not because the ink sunk down into the paper pretty quickly, and so it wasn't, there wasn't too much worry about it smearing or ending up anywhere else. So I finished off the first prompt and I moved on to the next one, which was number 36, stamp repetition patterns. And I selected that one because I had a stamp in mind that I wanted to use, and I thought that it would work really well as a page border. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm talking about here as I look at these prompts, but I did choose number 36. Oh, I think I might have been saying how it's been a little bit of a challenge because some of the prompts really just don't speak to me. I hope you can't hear that in the background. Somebody is driving by on the highway with a really loud engine. It is a nice day and we have our windows open, so hopefully that wasn't too disruptive. So I have this little bin of carved stamps that I've carved myself, and I'm choosing this one, which is a little rainbow stamp just carved out of an eraser. And it's one of my favorites. I really like it. I love the way that it ends up on the page. And here I think is where the first pause, because I try to pause it so I can go get my ink pad. Well, that one worked, but then it didn't work because I didn't actually somehow show the fact that I stamped the edges. I'm not sure what happened. I thought it was paused when it was unpaused, and then when I tried to pause it to write, that's when I actually unpaused it and it showed me writing. So you can see I ended up switching out the third prompt. I was going to do date stamping as a background, like mixed media effect or mark making, but or text. That was text and captioning. Was supposed to be date stamping, but when I tried it, the date stamp just wasn't showing up on the background. I don't know if the background was too busy or if the ink in this date stamper had dried up a little bit, but I ended up using a different prompt and I did a repeating affirmation. Let me see if I can find it now. Of course I can't find it. Oh, number 67, repeated affirmation pattern is what I ended up using. So I need to make sure that I write that down. You can see that I have the stamping around the edge of my page here, and then I just wrote the word peace, 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 peace over and over and over again on the background. And it worked out really nicely. You'll see at the end where I do show off the page a little bit and you can see some of that detail. But I was trying to aim for mindfulness and peace. I was using a Mindful magazine as my focal image and my mixed media technique, which was supposed to be tape lift. And so you lay down packing tape, you burnish it really well, and then you tear it up. And then I was doing a typography. So I decided to do the word breathe using this tape lift feature. And I struggled with it so bad. There was probably 30 minutes of recording that I thought I had recorded, and really I had paused the whole time. So I was just using this bone folder. I'm demonstrating this here, and I've cut this piece in so you can see kind of like what I was trying to do. But really, the original film, the original recording was so painful. It would have been terrible to watch. You guys, I really struggled with it. The tape stuck everywhere it wasn't supposed to. I was just clumsy and not very organized. This is not a technique that I have done before, so I was experimenting on camera, and you know, that is never a great idea. But I do come back here with at the very end, I noticed that I was paused the whole time, so you didn't get to see the struggle. But I will make sure to tell you about it, because I am not trying to hide the fact that this was difficult for me. I don't think that the R turned out very, very easy to see. I wish I had used a different R. But I did get the word breathe on the page along with a cute little flower. I do not love the glossy effect. Because the tape obviously is glossy and it reflects light, and I just don't care for that look. So that's one of the reasons why I've never done a tape lift before. I also don't like the cut edge. It's hard to make it kind of like blend into the rest of the page. You can see the background writing piece, 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 and I certainly needed that today because I was not feeling very peaceful when I noticed how badly I had messed up the recording. Not to mention just like struggling with this tape lift technique. It was tough, guys. So I would say go ahead and give it a try. Obviously, I didn't give you a very good tutorial for how to do it, but there are 1,000 of those out there. So if you're interested in seeing how it works, definitely give it a shot. I warn you, it is not as easy as it looks on camera. I feel like I needed to be an octopus. I needed to have like 4 or 5 extra arms to hold on to different things and to make it work the way I wanted it to. I don't love the word breathe, the way it ended up, but it's, you know, art journaling is a practice. You practice and you learn. And ultimately, I don't hate this page, so I'm going to call it a win. I will see you folks in the next video. Thanks for being here.